Hello, gorgeous Taurus. How are you going this month? This is your March general reading, and I hope you're all going well. If you're returning, hello, gorgeous thing. Welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome in. This month, I'm doing a little bit of a treat for you, and the first 10 subscribers to email me will get a free reading. It can be whatever subject you like, and we will go from there. Okay, so that's the March madness. All right, Taurus. What symbol have we got for Taurus? Water. Work with the element of water for healing and purification. Let's see where we go with that. Very interesting. Maybe you're going swimming. Maybe you're not drinking enough. Maybe you're not talking about how you feel. So the people around you don't know what's going on for you. Let's see. Gateway. Gateway to possibilities and imagination and trust. There's your water. And simplicity. It doesn't have to be complicated. I think sometimes when we're not used to talking about our emotions, it can feel very foreign to us, like, all that stuff is made up and we make it up. So there's, or other people are emotional, it's all in their head. But what you need to realise is that when you do move into your emotions and you talk about them, and first of all, you've got to realise what they are. Then you acknowledge them, and then you start talking about them. You realise that it's more simple than you think. And if you keep it simple, if you don't try and worry too much about what will happen if you do talk about them, or if you do express that, something's going on that you don't like, that you don't like it when somebody speaks to you a certain way, or you don't like the way you're just expected to do things or know things, then if you acknowledge how you feel when that happens, then you realise that it's actually quite simple if you just express it. Because here's the trick, if you don't tell people how you feel, how are they supposed to know? And how are they supposed to change? So they're just going to keep doing the same thing because they don't know it bugs you. They don't know it pisses you off. They don't know it hurts your feelings. They can't expect people not to do it if they don't know that they're doing it. Right, my loves? Therein endeth the lesson. And we've got the Empress under the deck, but we've also got, I noticed, the Hermit. So, you could be silent treatment. Needing to be in control. Needing to have it all together. Got to have it all together. And people who have it all together don't get cranky and they don't, you know, people who have it all together put everybody else first. And so when you are cranky, you go inside, you withdraw. But the trick is when you do that, look inside. The Hermit is always about looking inside and gaining wisdom to shine on. See this? Go inside to seek wisdom to shine on how you're behaving and how you're trying to keep it all together, rather than speaking your truth and how you really feel. So let's keep going. We have, I'll lay these out as usual and then we'll go through them. All right? 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, 7 of Wands, Hierophant, 5 of Swords, yeah, King of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and 8 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it. 9 of Cups. See how she's got all her wishes come true. She doesn't look very happy though. It's like, I've got my castle, I've got my family, I've grown my career, I've created the life I thought I wanted. So why aren't I contented and happy? Look at all this stuff around me. Aren't I supposed to be grateful and contented with my lot? I want to start fresh. I want to start new. I want to feel like I've got this abundance of love. Instead of just existing, I want to actually feel love. Here's your water. Block is how to start. How do you start fresh? Where do you get the spark, the inspiration? You know what you want, you just haven't worked out how to get it yet. What it is that's going to, what is this light that you're waiting to find? And am I looking in the wrong place? Maybe you're looking externally instead of internally for this spark of inspiration and fresh way of looking at things and being inspired by them and wanting to move forward with them. The foundation is that this is you defending what you've got. And quite often, we know when people suggest things to us, deep down we know they're right. But externally we defend it and we defend what we've got when deep down we know what that person's saying is true. So this is the foundation, and yes, you've worked very hard for what you've got, but is it what you need? Is it what you want? Authentically. In the recent past, you may have spoken to someone, maybe a religious leader, a spiritual leader. It could be, it's usually someone in authority with experience and wisdom. You know, it could be a CEO, something like that. But I think you've gone back to a doctrine of some kind, a rule book, or a historical way of behaving. You know, you could be in a marriage where everything looks right. It all looks right. It's socially acceptable. it's, you know, it's the mum, dad, and 2.5 kids with the white picket fence, and all of the things that people are supposed to want according to society. And so you've been asking questions of why do I feel like this when I've got everything that I thought I wanted? And you've probably spoken to someone who has said, well, you know, maybe you need to look at more gratitude, or this is just a phase, or, you know, you're supposed to stick through thick and thin even if you're not happy. I'm not saying seek happiness on the outside. What I am saying is, instead of seeking happiness on the outside, look within. Because after that little speech, you've got the Five of Swords, and that's kind of winning at all costs, regardless of who is hurt, including yourself. And that's currently where you're sitting. It's like, you have been taught this my whole life, that this is what I'm supposed to want. So I'm defending that, and I'm following the rule book, and I'm going to do this because that's what I'm supposed to do. Damn the cost. And this is what we want to avoid, because this is what makes us unhealthy. This is what takes us away from health and contentment and our inner, it's not happiness, it's contentment, it's peace, it's right. We know that this is our truth, and it's quiet, and it's warm, and it's not all up here, and that's where you are at the moment. Coming up, you're going to either see the truth for yourself, or someone is going to come in and show you the truth, and they're going to do it very quietly and very calmly, and just say, this is actually the truth. This is all your chakras aligned, and this is all the energy in place, and this is what you've learned from the tip of the sword, which is quite painful, and all the way up to the handle and the hilt, which is very solid, and help you can, like, you then wield it. Instead of being at the pointy end, you are the wielder of your own truth. And they will show you how you can see the bigger picture. You can let yourself see the bigger picture, and then you can come back and use that for your best good. It's going to take some work because you're not used to this. It's going to take some dedication. We have to unlearn all the things we've been taught over the years, and we have to unlearn them and learn new things. We have to learn a new skill of how to look at ourselves and how to develop our own truths and our own gifts. So you know that this is going to be something you can dedicate yourself to, but it is very new, and people are going to look at you as probably a bit immature. Maybe they're going to say you're having a midlife crisis because you're, acting like a teenager. You might feel like a beginner. You might feel this way of, okay, I have this new shiny truth. It's grounded in my center, very earth energy. And you're kind of looking at it as if to say, okay, I've got it. Now what do I do with it? You've also got the King and the Queen of Swords. So this is when you start stepping into it. It's also kind of what you're afraid of. It's a little bit of hopes and fears. You hope that you become this calm, authentic butterfly, which is transformation, person who's very heart-centered. You'll see she's got a hand on her heart and she's looking upwards and holding her sword up as if to say, I worked really hard for this and I'm so grateful that I found it. That's what you hope for, but you're almost a little bit frightened that you've got your head in the clouds about this, that it's kind of like a pie in the sky wish, because in the back of your mind you've still got this. What these two things are saying is don't go there. This is the truth, and this is where you will stay if you don't take any action, because that's what you're currently feeling. You're currently feeling this kind of trapped energy where you've got what you thought you wanted. Excuse me. You've got what you thought you wanted, but you're despondent. But you think because you're doing what you're supposed to do that you're stuck there. And if you don't embody this truth, that's where you'll stay, because that's the likely outcome if you don't step into who you truly are. Sorry. The third ace is the Ace of Swords. And there's your truth. That's the truth. This is the alternative outcome, is you go, right, I'm going to take this knowledge, I'm going to step into it in my authenticity, and I am going to move forward in that. I'm going to use that and take steps forward. And then I will be in my power. This is about power and movement and action and passion and knowing this is your inspiration and your creativity and the direction you want to move forward. It's lighting your path, King of Wands. So you've got the truth going forward, and this is the Lovers. Now, you can see this as a more committed relationship. You know, by taking these steps forward, you might actually become closer with your partner, husband, wife, partner, or you might get closer with yourself. This process might unite you and your masculine and feminine so that you find true love and love of self. So take the chance, my love. Walk through the gateway. Trust that you are going in the right direction and that talking to the person you love or other people, you can't control what they think or what they say, but you can control how you live. And I have said to my children and to many other people and to myself, if people have a problem with that, then that's their problem. It's not yours, it's theirs, their problem. And the people who truly love you unconditionally will love you unconditionally, whether they agree or disagree, whether they understand or don't understand. It doesn't matter. The ones who are meant to stay will stay, and the ones who are meant to go will go, and that's where you need to trust, not just externally, but internally. You need to trust that everything will be okay, and you have support from higher power. Okay? You are the bull, after all. Grab the bull by the horns and move forward. Alright, my loves, I hope this helps. I love you lots, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.